We would like to thank our generous underwriters, Shape Your Future, a program of the Tobacco Settlement Endowment Trust. Today we're here at Our Daily Bread in Stillwater, and joining me is Jess Richmond, who is the garden manager of this beautiful garden here behind us. And Jess, although I know you love gardening, you have a particular aspect that you really enjoy, and that's therapeutic horticulture, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So let's talk a little bit about what therapeutic horticulture is.
Yeah, so therapeutic horticulture is really just bringing plants and people together in a meaningful way that can promote benefits for the people and really get them out in nature, get them connected to the earth or to plants that they love.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I know we all have our health journeys, right? So whether it's eating the vegetables or physically getting out doing something, let's talk about some of those ways that having a garden can allow us to improve our health.
Totally. There's a lot of ways that they improve health. Physical benefits are huge with gardening, really getting down into the soil and just physically touching the plants, having to work with the tools, finger dexterity, working with seeds. There's a lot of ways that gardening promotes physical health, getting fresh air, having a reason to spend some time out in the sunshine, or
getting vitamin D while you're out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good things. There's a lot of social benefits too, especially in a community garden where you might be working with other people. Maybe you might be sharing a garden with a family or with a neighborhood friend or somebody. If somebody's working on just having conversations with people, you might be able to incorporate asking somebody for help opening a seed pack, making choices about what plant to put in a bed. So it really goes as far as you're willing to take it.
Yeah, and that's what I love. It's not just like physical. I think a lot of times we focus on the physical, but there's that mental aspect, or kind of getting outside of your comfort zone a little bit in a very controlled, right, safe space to do that. Do you have any examples here at Our Daily Bread of how you've seen therapeutic horticulture play into some of your customers?
Yeah, I think you touched on a really big one, which is safety. So depending on the person who's doing the therapeutic horticulture, you really want to take into account what their needs are. So are they sensitive to the sun? Are they sensitive to the heat? Do they need to be able to walk on more of a flat, smooth surface? Are they able to bend down? So knowing the particular person who's doing the gardening is really important, because they might need to garden at this standing level. They might need a chair to sit in while they garden. Sitting in a garden, enjoying the sounds and sights and smells of nature can also be a really beneficial thing. So out here in the garden at Our Daily Bread, we have a lot of elements that can kind of incorporate that therapeutic aspect. So we have a lot of sensory plants. We try to have a lot of color. We try to have plants that you can touch and plants that you can smell. But we're also really conscious of the fact that a lot of people who come here maybe have concerns with mobility. They get worried about coming out into the garden, so they want to know that it's safe. So we've put in pathways that are smooth, pathways that are safe for walkers or wheelchairs. We've put in extra benches. We want to make sure there's shade out here so that they have a place when it does get really warm in the summer, where if they want to come out and harvest, they want to sit and enjoy the butterflies and the bees, that they can do that in a safe way.
Well, one of the things I want to ask about is there's therapeutic horticulture and horticulture therapy. Can you help us define those two?
Yeah, so therapeutic horticulture can incorporate both passive and active elements of gardening, like we talked about, sitting in the garden, meditating in the garden, even just looking out your window at a garden space or having a potted plant in your kitchen or at your table can incorporate therapeutic horticulture elements. Horticultural therapy can be utilized in more of a professional way, and incorporates less of the passive gardening and more of those active elements of physically picking a bouquet or sowing seeds or looking for pests in the garden, any of those active gardening.
All right, to help achieve those health goals.
Yeah.
Well, I know you've written a fact sheet, so if anybody is interested, there's more information on your therapeutic horticulture fact sheet. Jess, thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Thanks for having me.
Joining us next here at Our Daily Bread is Kelsey Nation with Shape Your Future. And Kelsey, one of the reasons why I love what Shape Your Future is doing is because you guys are trying to empower people to garden just like I am. So let's talk about why that's so important to get people out in the garden.
Well, it's really great for mental health. You get out here, you're doing work with your hands, and even if you're just a beginner, you don't have to be perfect at it. It still gets you out, it gets you exercising, and it gets you time in the sun or the shade if you're on the shady plants.
Depending on the time of year, right?
Exactly. But it gets you out and it gets you active.
Absolutely. And it can really help you both mentally and physically in that process as well. So I know a lot of times people are intimidated who never garden. Not only are we trying to provide resources, but you guys also have a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of resources on our website, shapeyourfutureok.com. And for beginner gardeners, for more intermediate gardeners, anyone that wants to just start gardening, we have information on there about what you can plant, even if it's just like a small patio garden. It doesn't have to be a lot of space. It can be something small that people can get started. So there's lots of tips and resources on that website.
And I think that's something, a lot of times people will come into a garden like this and be like, there's no way. But this all just started with a couple of garden beds that people created out of the ground, So you got to start somewhere, right? And of course, Shape Your Future provides so many resources for every Oklahoman, but you guys also help support organizations across the state as well.
Yeah, we do. So Shape Your Future is actually a program of TSET, the Tobacco Settlement Endowment Trust, and we offer funding for a lot of different organizations across the state, including the OSU Student Farm, who delivers fresh produce to places like Our Daily Bread, and you can find even more funding opportunities on our website as well.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing this, Kelsey.
Yeah, thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this video as part of our Oklahoma Gardening YouTube channel. You can also find even more videos on the OK Gardening Classics YouTube channel. And join us on social media for great gardening tips, photos, and discussion.